My name's Paisley Canning. I'm a veterinarian. I am the owner of Upper Thames Mobile Veterinary Services, and we are a mobile food animal practice, and we are based out of Woodstock, Ontario. We offer services to pigs of all types, llamas, alpacas, sheep, goats, and pretty much most of our feathered friends like ducks, chickens, and turkeys. I grew up with our family having a small-scale pig farm, and since then I've always really had a soft spot for pigs. I love them as creatures, and I absolutely love pig owners and pig farmers. And since veterinary school, I've been focused and specialized in pigs. I worked with large commercial herds for a while, but then I really saw there was a need for smaller scale homesteaders as well as pet pig folks, because there really weren't any vets doing that. And I saw that need, and it's also an area I'm really passionate about, and so that's what's really motivated me to work with those clients. In terms of the common things that we see that can really make a difference in an owner or small pig farmer improving the health of the animals is one, having an established relationship with the veterinarian. So if something goes wrong or if they have a question, they have someone that they can trust and get reliable information from. The next thing that's really important is making sure that owners are aware of what a sick pig looks like, how to give treatments, whether it's injectable medication or oral pills, as well as to make sure that they're set up with kind of a piggy first aid kit. So, you know, if there's an injury or a mild to moderate illness, they're set up so they can actually treat the pig themselves and get really timely veterinary care. So those are kind of a few things that can be really important to help deal with specific health problems that come up at a people's farm or house. African swine fever is a virus, and this virus, it's quite infectious and contagious, and when it infects the pig, it causes a high amount of mortality and sickness, okay? So most pigs that get infected with this virus will pass away, and that in and of itself is very devastating. In addition, African swine fever is what's called a foreign animal disease, so that means we don't have it in Canada. African swine fever is present in parts of Asia and Europe, but not in Canada. If we were to get African swine fever in Canada, it would cause a high amount of deaths to our pigs in commercial pig production or pet pigs and our smallholders. In addition, it would also close Canada's borders to be able to export pigs and pork products. As a result of not being able to export our pork or pork products, it would lead to a really high number of pigs that we don't have anything to do with them. We can't sell them, we can't market them. And unfortunately, in these types of situations, that can lead to having to humanely euthanize or unfortunately destroy these animals that we're not able to ship or consume. So African swine fever is absolutely devastating to the individual pig, and it's also very devastating to the pig industry as well as, you know, Canada's ability to participate in foreign trade for pork products. So that's a common sentiment that comes up where folks that are not, you know, shipping their pigs abroad, or if they have pet pigs, you know, there's a perception that maybe they wouldn't be affected by African swine fever. So first things first, I want to address that. So folks that have pet pigs or small pig farms absolutely are susceptible to African swine fever, and their pigs absolutely would be affected and have high mortality and high morbidity if they got African swine fever. There's also some unique characteristics of these types of pig owners and husbandry that does actually make them a bit higher risk to potentially inadvertently introduce African swine fever into their farm, okay? So these folks are actually at risk. And, you know, all of our clients that have pigs, you know, they're deeply caring people. They don't want to see their pigs get sick, and they certainly don't want to see, you know, large-scale commercial pigs get sick either. there's 3 specific things that I usually talk to folks about in terms of protecting their animals from African swine fever, or more generally, protecting their animals from diseases coming into their house or their farm. So specifically for pet pigs and small homesteaders is we want to avoid feeding pigs meat and pork products, okay? So the African swine fever, that virus actually can live in pork products. And so we really want to make sure that we do not feed our pigs any meat or pork products. A lot of people love to supplement the pig's diet with fruits and veggies, and that is okay. Just make sure that those fruits and veggies are being prepared separate from your meal and separate from any meat, okay? So number 1 thing, don't feed meat as it can be contaminated with African swine fever, and you can pass that virus on to your pigs. The next is about biosecurity. So if you're having people over to your house or to your farm, you want to assess if these folks pose any risk to your pigs. So for example, if they have pigs at home, they could inadvertently bring a disease from their farm to your pig. As well, there are human sicknesses that can be transmitted to pigs. So for example, winter's coming, influenza virus, that can actually go between people and pigs. So you don't want to have folks that are not feeling well come over. In addition, you want to make sure that you provide people with some protective equipment when they're interacting with your pigs. Make sure they have clean hands, give them a separate pair of footwear to wear, potentially consider some overalls as well. And then the last thing to really help your pigs stay safe from outside disease is to make sure that your pigs are in a confined area. And I don't mean like a small, tiny confinement. I mean make sure that you have good fences where the pigs can't escape, okay? And wildlife can't get in, okay? So we're talking skunks, we're talking raccoons, wild dogs, and most importantly, we're talking about wild boars or wild pigs as well. All of these pose an injury risk as well as a disease risk to your pigs, and you want to make sure that you've got, Fort Knox around your pigs and nothing can get in there to get at them, okay? Owners should consider calling us as soon as they're thinking about getting a pig or if they already have a pig. So they should call us. We want to establish a vet-client-patient relationship where we get to know them, we get to know the animal, we can talk about preventative or wellness medicine that they may need, such as hoof trims, tusk trims, vaccines, dewormer. And so that's really important to making sure that we've got a good, healthcare plan established for your pigs. In addition, if your pigs are feeling sick or they're not acting like themselves, you absolutely want to give us a call. Common things are lameness, coughing, diarrhea, or if you have a concern that maybe your pig might have eaten something it shouldn't have, such as a non-food object. Those are all really great reasons to call the vet. You can call us before your pig's sick, and you can also call us when your pig is sick as well, too. I think those 3 points of not feeding meat products or table scraps, biosecurity for visitors that are looking at your pigs or your farm, as well as making sure you have secure fencing around your pigs are 3 really, really important tips to help prevent disease from entering your home or your herd.